The Northern Ohio Lebanese American Association is an organization that not only wishes to preserve our rich cultural heritage and honor our colleagues who have contributed to our society, but also wish to highlight the fact that freedom and liberty, the essential elements of democracy, have been part of the Lebanese experience since the early part of the modern era. The country of Lebanon, geographically, ethnically, and from the religious standpoint, is unlike any other country in the region. It was in the late 5th century that Christians fleeing religious persecution from the Byzantine Empire over theological issues, and also later from the Islamic expansion, created in the mountains of Lebanon a haven where freedom of speech and religious tolerance were preserved and fostered. The first printing press, for example, in the Middle East, was established in the monasteries of Mount Lebanon as early as the 15th century. Along with being pioneers in fostering education and a deeper understanding of Eastern culture, our ancestors were able to be educated in the West and provide a link for East-West dialogue, an asset important then as it is today. A dialogue, whether religious, cultural, or ethnic, has always been the essence of the Lebanese presence. This could only occur in a space that nurtured free thinking, creativity, and religious freedom. In the late 19th century and early 20th centuries, not only were the Lebanese instrumental in helping renew the Arabic language, which had been dormant for 5 centuries, but were at the forefront of poetry, writing, journalism, and philosophy, as well as contributing to the independence movements within the Ottoman Empire. They actually spearheaded these independent movements from within Lebanon, as well as from Egypt, Europe, and North America. The likes of Amin Rihani, Elia Umadi, Jurji Zaidan, Gibran Khalil Gibran, and Mikhail Naimi are just a few of many of that era that were part of the Arabic language renaissance of the 20th century. With the dawn of the establishment of the modern Lebanese Republic in 1920, the first, by the way, to declare and gain independence in the Arab world, came a democracy, albeit not ideal, was revolutionary for its time, in a region that had just come out of 400 years of Ottoman tyranny. Till this day, with the popular uprisings being witnessed across the region, the Lebanese experiment in democracy is a testament of what was begun 150 years ago in the mountains of Lebanon is still alive today. We have a long cultural history of freedom and cherish it as Lebanese Americans. This is evidenced by the contributions of numerous members of our community who have served in the armed forces and other facets of American society over the past 100 years. Whether in civilian or in military life, they have always stood out as diligent and loyal members of society, proud of their rich cultural heritage and setting themselves apart from their counterparts, earning the respect as citizens of this great nation of ours today.